So I am just going to cover just a handful of things quickly just to share with you, just so you kind of have an idea of how we're moving forward for this year. As you know, every year we start with every group doing the same curriculum together. The curriculum that we're going to do this year is one that some of us in the congregation have already done in a few years ago, called The Art of Neighboring. We know that is the case, but the pastors we feel like it's really important that all of us go through it together. So we're going to do The Art of Neighboring because we think that's a critical part of our community groups to try to encourage us to really help one another reach our neighbors for Christ. So I have several books available. I've got like 100 copies. Of course, some people are going to have their books, but there is a good study guide or curriculum that goes with this that really is helpful, I think, for doing this. It's not just a book per se, but it is actually, there is if you just Google The Art of Neighboring and you get to their own website, and then there is this 6-week interactive small group study, and you'll see that there is videos. They're broken down into 6 sections. The videos are short. They're only 4 to 6 minutes long. And you'll notice that there are 6 sessions. So there's more chapters in the book than 6 sessions, but roughly speaking, they take 2 chapters per session. There is also, here you'll notice, download the small group study guide that will provide you with questions that you can ask your group, the discussion questions. So everything is pretty much there for you to do the curriculum, to do it. It's not like some other years where you have to come up with your own questions and that kind of thing. So the good thing is that it's only a 6-week study, which means that if you're meeting every week, it won't take you extremely long to get through it if it's something that your group is familiar. If you've got several in your group that have already done the study, maybe you'll just use the video and just do an abbreviated discussion. But even if that's the case, we just still want to make sure that each group is taking a look at the material and interacting with it, and really trying to encourage us to reach out to those that need Christ. And then we have some new curriculums that we're offering. If you come to church on Sunday, in the book cubby, I've put a few of the new curriculums out on the book cubby. Probably next week, I'll actually email all of you the curriculum catalog with all the curriculums we have with a brief description. And I'm actually have on there which ones are new. So if you have questions about that, you can contact me, and I'll try to introduce several of those curriculums as we go along through the year. Questions or comments about that piece? Pretty straightforward. Again, so if you can start, an established group can start in September sometime. We normally say October to May, but if your group is ready to roll after Labor Day, by all means, go ahead and do that. And you can get rolling on it. Now, another piece I'm going to discuss here about new members, that may hinge on when you want to start. And so I'll talk more about that. But you can do it a couple different ways. You can have just your group members pick up a copy off of the book cubby after church and just pay for it on their own. Or you can just ask me how many copies you want, just like we've done other times. So whatever works best for you, whatever would be the easiest for you, just let me know. Well, that's the first thing. The second thing is just, obviously the COVID stuff is still going on. Last year, we had specific guidelines and all that. Our approach really this year is just use your own discernment and realize, of course, that the threat of COVID is still there. If your group, if you as a host or whoever's going to host your group doesn't feel comfortable having people in their home because of COVID and they still want to use the church facility, by all means, feel free to connect with the church. Just remember, if you had last year, like you'd scheduled a room, don't just assume because you had that last year that you have it this year. You need to reschedule. And the way to schedule is you just go to our church website and you click on events, and then you're going to go down to facility use. And there's the facility use request form is here. If you want to take a look at the facility calendar, you want to scroll all the way down, and here is the calendar, and you can see the night you want and see whether or not the room, if you just, like if you look here at Ken's community group on the 11th of September, it tells you according to this, he's in the dining room. I'm not sure how accurate that is. I think that's inaccurate, but at any rate, that tells you where he is. And once you've decided that, then you go up and fill this form out here, and then just make sure you hit submit when you finish it, and then Paula will go ahead and schedule it for you. So again, you can meet wherever you want. We're not as strict as we were last year on that. Just again, it's probably something when you think about people's level of comfortability, that's just a good conversation to have with your group. What do people feel, and respect those things. That's all I would advise. But and just remember that it's still a force to be reckoned with. The other thing is, is just encouraging still, we still have the vision of wanting to multiply groups through the apprenticeship idea. I know, like Julianne, your group has done a really good thing in the past year where you've rotated your group discussion around from couple to couple. That's a terrific idea, I think. That's a good stepping stone. I think you have found that some couples, if I remember, you told me some couples didn't feel comfortable they could do it, and then they found out they could do it. So that's one suggestion for maybe trying to figure that out. Another possibility would be to look at the various segments of your meeting. Like, is there somebody, instead of you as the leader doing the prayer time, is there somebody that you could designate to lead the prayer time in your group meeting, or someone that's going to oversee if you're going to have refreshments or snack each meeting, that can coordinate that. Someone who's going to be the point person for your missionary. Even just kind of divvying up those roles and responsibilities helps you to see how people serve, and that may even help you determine whether there's a person that can serve in that role. Because we really would like to be able to have people that feel comfortable that they could lead a group, so that we can multiply groups in the future. I think that's really the main things. Oh, the sign up. Yeah, I should talk about how we're going to promote. If you have openings in your group, or you're not, if you can kind of let me know by next Tuesday, the 31st, if you would like to have, if you've got openings for new people to join your group, if you could let me know that. And the way, I don't think we're going to just, sometimes we've done where we've had people, the community groups have tables and all that after church for people to sign up. We don't find that is very effective. It hasn't really worked that well. So we'll just be advertising it, of course, in service and in the bulletin that there are community groups available. And basically, we're going to just ask people what nights they're available. And then based on the information, I will try to direct people to a group that might be appropriate. So I would make contact with you first to see if you think this couple is going to work or not. Just try to, you know, be a little more careful and discreet and make sure it's really gonna be a good fit for you, at least to the best of my ability. So that's kind of, I think, the approach. And we'll probably start that very soon, of advertising that in September. So that might be another thing you just want to consider, your start date. If you're going to open your group to new members, and you know, you may, at least if the Art of Neighboring, you might want to postpone starting that right away if you want to get new people into your group. So those are just things you want to think about. I think that was the main gist of all what I needed to share with you. As I said, pretty brief, but I just wanted to at least touch base. I wonder if you questions or other thoughts, or any of you have, I can cover or discuss it.
I'm clear.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it sounds like a good start. So thanks for getting our heads back in the game. And yeah, I'll touch base with all of my group members and see what the winds sort of, how they're blowing as far as new members, perhaps some new people to our group. And we'll probably get started in September, probably mid-September or so, hopefully.
Okay.
I think our group typically is a little late getting started because a lot of us still have kids and trying to get them back in school and whatnot. So I'll do the same. I'll touch base, see if we have the same. I'm pretty sure our group wants to continue as is. I did mention the idea of, you know, dividing and conquering and, you know, making room for new people. But because we had some brand new people in our group for the last 2 years, they were very resistant to that idea because they think it's the first time they've ever been in a group. And the thought of splitting right now just felt very uncomfortable. But we've been, by rotating the leadership, I feel like we have a couple of couples who are ready to lead when they're ready,
Okay.
but that are fully capable. It's just the timing might not be right for them. And part of that is because Russ and I are going to be busy kind of getting Annalise launched with college searching, and you know, she lost the year last year, and we're behind the 8 ball. So we've asked the Ericksons to kind of take the bulk of the leadership for now until we can get our head back in the game, and we'll continue to share it, I think, so that we can still function, you know, at least for now. And then I do feel like they're ready to start a group when they're ready. I don't know if you've approached them, but I have no doubt that they have what it takes. They've done a great job.
Sure. Yeah, I did actually make contact with Julianne this summer.
Okay.
I think the biggest issue is just their schedule seems.
Yeah, they're really busy.
Right.
Yeah.
But there seemed to be a real desire to do it, but it was the schedule issue.
Yeah, I think Janet might be coming close to maybe retiring from one of her jobs soon, so maybe that'll be the difference, maybe in another year or two. But anyway, so that's where we're at. So I'll keep you posted as far as
Okay.
membership goes, if we have room for anybody. And then you said you're going to email curriculum ideas.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah, there is yeah, we have several new curriculums. I put a few of them out. I'll tell you, like one of them is on the Christian worldview. We felt like that is an issue that really groups should discuss. So this one is like an introduction that from the president of Wheaton College on the whole topic. So it's not like some of the tomes that you would have on that topic. It's like 100 pages. And I've written in that particular book, I've actually written discussion questions for each chapter.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And there's a few books like that, that over the course of the year, I will try to do that because there's not questions. And I know that's helpful to leaders. So that's one of my projects, is to kind of do that. I have another one on work as well that kind of relates to that. That would be a good follow-up to that. Ken was looking at one. I've got one out. I haven't put it on the list yet, but one for family discipleship by Matt Chandler. I've asked a few young couples to look at it.
Mhm.
So we've tried to make a little more of a concerted effort this year to rework some of our curriculums or to add some new ones. So what the catalog that's going to come out is just going to give you a brief description of the book that comes from CBD or whatever. And then, we've got one by Andy Stanley on money. It's a 4-week video series. So those are just a few. That's just the top of my head. A few.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yep.
All right.
And we have some inductive Bible study ones too.
Okay.
And the other thing that I sent out earlier, the group news thing, it had some other pieces of things on there. One of the things is we're going to do a training session with Steve Grego in December, who is a professor of counseling at Trinity University. He also is a key partner in the Christian Counseling Service in Albany. He's going to be here in December, and he's going to do a whole thing on just helping us as leaders work with our people in that personal work, and how to create a good atmosphere where people are really being open and honest and transparent. So that's coming in December. So we're looking forward to that, just to help equip our leaders in that way. So. All right. Again, don't hesitate anytime to shoot me an email or call me if I can help in any way. And I'll definitely be sending you more stuff in the next couple of weeks here. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you much.
All right. Thank you, Phil.
Yep.
Thank you,
Bye.
Phil.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.